Don't go against the wishes of the people who until now were your biggest friends, being the United Kingdom and the United States especially. They have created the problems. And why are you now being punished so much? It's very unfair what you're being asked, but I mean, please do it anyway. If any pressure or sanctions should be made, it should be against, not against you, but against Serbia. What I read about it, of course, it looks extremely serious, and not so much serious because of the situation there, but because of the reaction or the action or whatever of the European Commission or the European Union or whatever you want to call it, because they are, I must say, extremely aggressive and threatening with all kinds of things. So that makes it so serious. And their demands, of course, you should, of course, give in to the demands, although I think partly they are not 100% justified, although, of course, one of the main demands is that you withdraw the special police forces, which, but anyway, if they demand this, as long as you have normal police there, then it's all right, according to me. But you should also, you should make very clear, much more clear than according to me what you do, to express your points, but don't go against the wishes of the people who until now were your biggest friends, being the United Kingdom and the United States especially, and the EU to a lesser extent, because of course you still have this problem that 5 countries do not recognize. So it means that EU is less, let's say, reliable than the UK and the US. But still, you have to listen to them also. Mr. Cleverly also said you have to do. I mean, he said day before yesterday, the British Foreign Minister, you really have to do it. Do it, even if it feels unfair. Do it. I really do not know why are they so extremely much against Kosovo while the problems have been created by the Serbs. It's not that you created the problems; they have created the problems. And why are you now being punished so much for what the Serbs, and then I don't want to say even if it's Belgrade government or this other groups, the 2 groups that now were declared terrorist organizations. Why do you have to call it terrorist organizations? You can say they're criminal organizations. Terrorist is, of course, one step further. So also, this doesn't help, when you exaggerate, because now it's a time to try to moderate, to be as moderate as possible. You have, normally speaking, from the Kosovo side, you have been always quite moderate as compared to the Serbs. But I mean, and now is the time to even be more moderate, because justified or unjustified, according to me, unjustified, they have pushed you in a corner and you have to do something and to get out of this corner. You were being punished for not doing exactly what you were told, and of course, I mean, as I said, I also thought it's very unfair what you're being asked, but I mean, please do it anyway, because actually what is the main thing that they're asking what you are not doing is to withdraw the special police forces and all the rest. Yeah, of course, and of course it's association, but the association, as I said, is if you do it according to the Constitutional Court, it's nothing. So I mean, you have to give in into these things. That is all what I say, because and then if you do what they say, they cannot be angry with you anymore, because then you have done it. If you know what I mean. And then you get these new elections as soon as possible, and then if they do not participate again, then again it's their problem. They are then the one who make the problem. You came there because after this license plates issue, the whole structures, the Kosovar Serbian structures were disbanded, as you very know. I mean, not only that the mayors and the municipalities resigned, but also the police and the judges and the prosecutors, everybody resigned, which of course made this whole thing, and it came into a vacuum. And that is of course not caused by you, but caused by the ones who resigned. So, and the license plate business was also, you cannot they blamed you for forcing the people to get the license plate, but that was agreed years and years ago, and it was postponed, and it was postponed, and it was postponed, and it was postponed. You cannot be blamed for that. And even the foreigners at the time, they also said it was justified that you should have this license plates. And when through that all these things came, I don't know what this EU and even Americans are saying. They were telling it was fine, and now when it all goes wrong, you are to blame. Which I think is very odd and very unfair. But the thing is, the problem is caused by them, by the Serbs, by withdrawing totally. Because and then you have a situation, you need, of course, anywhere, in any place, and especially in a place like that, where you have the law and order was already very weak, you cannot have no law and order whatsoever. You need to have police. You need to have police. And then you can wonder, do you need to bring the special police, or do you have to bring normal police, or even Eulex police? I do not know, but but you have to have police. And now, of course, you are being pushed by the EU and by the Americans that you should get rid of the special police, especially. Okay, if they ask you, okay, then you have to do it. Still, you shouldn't listen to Lajcek as far as KFOR is concerned. KFOR should, of course, stay there and be there as in moderating force, while you can send normal police there. And another thing I was thinking, which I do not know, if this Kosovo-Serbian police withdrew, can they not come back? Can they not be convinced to come back? The same people, not other people, but the same people, to ask them, please come back. We will forgive you that you whatever it was, that you just disappeared without permission, but please come back. Might also be a possibility. It's of course not totally according to the rule of law, but who cares now about the exact rule of law, because this is an extremely strange situation. So you have to do something in order to get out of this real crisis for your country. Again, I think it's not fair that you are pushed so much into a corner, but it's happening, and then this is the fact of life, and you have to react to it in a proper, in a grown-up manner, and and be flexible. But when he came to Belgrade, the first thing what he said is, the main thing of this agreement, we are not letting Kosovo become a member of the United Nations, and we are not, that he said specifically, and we will never recognize, but even so, that was okay, because that was not part of the thing that you had to recognize. But to become member of the international organizations, including the United Nations, was the main thing of this agreement. And then also, I didn't hear anybody saying, now, if you say this, Mr. Vucic, this is really, you undermine the whole thing from the beginning. We cannot see you as a serious partner anymore. Nobody said. On the contrary, I think Mr. Hill and Mr. Borrell said it was a very serious partner. Again, very odd, because he's not a serious partner. He's the only one who immediately, the main point of the agreement, he undermined. And now Mr. Scholz ask again, but again on the two parties to sit together and to do something, which is of course good to put it on the two parties, but also to say, listen, Mr. Vucic, if you don't do it, you will have serious consequences, because at least the Kosovo side, they were positive, but you have been only negative. So of course there should be, according to me, if any pressure or sanctions should be made, it should be not against you, but against Serbia, because they are the ones who have caused these problems, and they are still causing the problems. Not only here, we have seen also what happened in Republika Srpska. Association of Serbian majority municipalities, you should just do it according to the the verdict of the Constitutional Court. So it means that this is an association without executive powers. And then what's the problem to have this association? Of course, then the Serbs will say, oh, it's horrible, but then it's their problem. You have done your duty, you have made this association in accordance with your own constitution, and if they are then not happy, yeah, then it's their problem. But now it's your problem because you have not made it.